We shall discuss the word problems of maxima minima. The word problems of maxima minima will always have a quantity to be maximized or a quantity to be minimized. In this problem, find the maximum volume of the cylinder. So what to be maximized here? The volume of the cylinder. So every maxima minima problem will have a quantity to be either maximized or minimized. This quantity will have a formula. For example, volume of the cylinder. It has a formula. What is the formula here? Pi r square h. So volume has got two variables in it. One is radius and other is height. So what are the variables involved in this problem? Radius, height and volume. Then it will also have some fixed numbers, constant. If I ask you, maximize the volume of the cylinder, you keep on increasing the radius, keep on increasing the height, volume you can make cylinder of whatever the volume you want. But here we need to maximize under a constant condition. There will be some constant condition in the problem. The number in the problem will give you the constant condition. Here 6 meters. What is 6 meters? Sum of radius and height is 6 meters. So the constant condition is r plus h is 6 meters. Now, what you need to do is, you need to express the quantity to be maximized in one variable. So you can say h is equal to 6 minus r. So if I replace 6h over here, this volume which to be maximized becomes in one variable. So your aim is to define the quantity to be maximized in one variable. Once you define them in one variable, then we can find the derivative and find out the maximum variable, because we know that whenever we want to find the maximum minima, we are expressing one dependent variable and one independent variable. Y is a function of x, and then we find the maximum minima. So here, the volume of the cylinder to be maximized, it should be expressed in one variable using the constant condition. This is what is the trick of this problem. Now we'll start how to write the solution of this problem. Step 1 is to define the variables. Step 1, identify the variable. So what are the variables involved? One is the volume, other is the radius and the height. So let r be the radius, h be the height and v be the volume of the cylinder. So the first step is to define the variables. Step number 2 is the constant condition. You can search for the number that is present in the problem. Here the number is 6. 6 meters. What it is? It is a sum of the radius and the height. So constant condition here is r plus h is equal to 6. So you can make one of them as a subject. I prefer to make h as a subject, so 6 minus r. Even if you make r as a subject also, the problem will work. Step number 3 is define the quantity to be maximized as a function. So here the function f of x is the volume. If I am expressing as x as a variable, then radius should be expressed as x. So I am going to change it into r, because I am going to express volume of the cylinder in one variable r. That's why f of r is written. If I was making it in terms of x, then everything should be in x. So volume is pi r square h. I wrote the formula for the volume. Now I need to express in one variable r. So pi r square, h is nothing but 6 minus r. So I have expressed the whole formula in one variable. So pi 6 r square minus r cube. So this is my function. Now I need to maximize this. What are the steps for maximization? First, find the derivative, equate to 0 and find the critical points or the constant points. So first step, stationary point, we call it as stationary points. So step number 2, step number 4, I am calculating the stationary point. So f dash of r is pi into 12r minus 3r square. Out of that 3r I am going to take common, so 4 minus r. Because you know that f dash of r is 0, f dash of r is equal to 0, then either r should be 0 or r should be 4. But you know the radius is 0, that means the cylinder does not have any volume. So we will delete this case, we will take r is equal to 4 and proceed. Now I need to check whether this r equal to 4 is going to give me a maximum point or a minimum point, for which I need to find the second derivative. If the second derivative, when I put r as 4, if I get a negative value, then the volume of the cylinder would be the maximum. Step number 5. Find the second derivative, f double dash of r. So I'm going to differentiate this pi into 12r derivative 12, 3r square is minus 6r. So f double dash of 4, pi into 12 minus 6 into 4. So that became 24 minus 12, so minus 12 pi, which is less than 0. So conclusion, step number 5 is my conclusion. Step number 6 is my conclusion. What is the conclusion? The function f of r is maximum when r is equal to 4. So now let me convert this into words. What does f of r stands for? Volume of the cylinder. What does r stands for? Radius. So volume is maximum when radius is 4 meters. When the radius is 4 meters, what you are asked to find? Maximum volume of the cylinder. So maximum volume is f of 4, because f of r stands for volume. So maximum volume is attained when r is 4. So f of r, so I'll put it over here, pi into 4 square into 6 minus 4, which will give you 2 into 16, 32. So 32 pi meter cube will be my maximum volume. So my conclusion, volume is maximum when radius is 4 meter and the maximum volume is 32 pi meter cube. In this problem, we have a rod of 72 centimeters long. And let's imagine this is a rod. It is bent into a rectangle. This can be made into different rectangle. You can make it like this. Such that this is 72, this is 72. So different way you can make the rectangle. You got to find what is the dimension, what is the length and breadth. If its area is maximum. So quantity to be maximized is area. So what I'll do is, my thinking starts from here. Maximize what? Area. The quantity to be maximized is area. Area of what? Area of a rectangle. So remember, what is the formula for area of a rectangle? Area of a rectangle is length into breadth. So your variables are length, breadth, area. So step number 1, we define the variables. So let's say x stands for length of the rectangle. Let's say y stands for breadth of the rectangle. And a stands for area of the rectangle. So naturally a will be equal to, we have defined the variables. After defining the variable, we have to say what is a constant condition. I don't want to change the order. So what is a step number 2? Constant condition. What is the number in this problem? That is your constant condition. The number in this problem is 72. And what does this 72 stands for? What does this 72 stands for? 72 stands for the length of the rod, which is nothing but the perimeter. So if length is x, breadth is y, the perimeter would be x plus x, y plus y. So the constant condition is perimeter of the rectangle is 72 centimeter, which means 2 times length plus breadth is 72, which means 2 times length x plus y is 72. So x plus y is 36. So y is 36 minus x. So I got the relationship between the two variables. So using the constant condition, find the relation between the variable. After finding the relation between the variable, my next step is to find the function which is to be maximized. What function should be optimized? That is your function. So step number 3. Quantity to be maximized. The function f of r f of x, I'm going to make it into x. F of x is equal to quantity to be maximized. And here, what is the quantity to be maximized? The quantity to be maximized is the area of rectangle. And that is equal to area of rectangle formula is length into breadth. Here length is taken as x, breadth is taken as y. But we need to express it in one variable x. Last time we expressed everything in r. This time we are expressing everything in x. So instead of y, I will write 36 minus x. So my function f of x became 36x minus x square. So the quantity to be maximized is area. Area is expressed as a one variable, as a function of x, as a one variable. Now I will maximize this. So step number 4 is finding the point where stationary point. What do you mean by stationary point? Where the derivative is 0. So f dash of x is 36 minus 2x. Now equate f dash x to 0, which implies 36 minus 2x is 0, which implies x is equal to 18. So we have got, when x takes value 18, this function can be either maximum point or it can be minimum point. So what should I do next step? Next step, I need to find the second derivative. What will be the second derivative of the function? F double dash x is going to be minus 2. What does that mean? Whatever the value of x, the second derivative always is negative. Therefore, what is my conclusion? If the second derivative is negative, whatever the value of x that you obtain is the point where the function becomes max. Step number 5. Find the second derivative. Second derivative gives you derivative of 36 minus 2x. So f double dash of x is always minus 2. That means when x is 18, that time also, x is 18, that time also the derivative value is minus 2. So with the negative. So my conclusion, step number 6 is your conclusion. So f of x is maximum when x is equal to 18. What does f of x stands for? F of x stands for area of rectangle. What does x stands for? Length. So area of rectangle. So I replace f of x by area of rectangle is maximum when x I'm going to replace by length. Length is equal to 18. And what is the unit here? Centimeter. So 18 centimeters. And breadth. What was the relation between x and y? Y was 36 minus x. So breadth is 36 minus x. X is 18. So that is also happened to be 18 centimeter. So that means length is 18, breadth is 18. So when the perimeter is constant, the area will be maximum when the rectangle is a square. That's we are going to maximize product of one part and square of the other. So first question is a maximization problem. And what we have done, 84 is divided into two parts. So the variables here are 84 is divided into two parts. So the two parts are the variables. So what I am going to do is, I am going to take one part as x and the other part as automatically 84 minus x. So I don't have to take x and y here. And also the constant condition is automatically taken care. So there is no need of separately taking the steps in this problem. So I'll take, let one part be x. Then other part is 84 minus x. So that 84 is divided into two parts. One is x, another is 84 minus x. Now what it says, such that product of one part, let's take this as the first part, and the square of the other. So I have two options here. Either I can take 84 minus x into x square, this is one possibility, or I can take f of x equal to 84 minus x the whole square and x. So product of one part and square of the other. Product of one part and square of the other. Both way it is correct. But if you look at the derivative, this will be easy to differentiate. So I am going by the second method. So I'll go by the second method. First method. So I can write this as 84x square minus x cube. Now that is a function which I have to maximize. So I'll find the derivative. F dash of x is 84 into 2 is 168x minus 3x square. Now I'll equate f dash x to 0. So whenever we want to maximize, first derivative is equated to 0. 168x minus 3x square is 0. Let me take 3x common. So it becomes 56 minus x. So 56 into 3 is 168. So when you equate this, either x is 0 or x equal to 56. Naturally, when x is 0, one part is 0, another part will become 84, and the product will become 0. So I need not bother much about it. So I go for the second derivative. F double dash of x is derivative of d by dx. So first derivative of 168 minus 3x square. So 168x minus 3x square, that is 168 minus 6x. So f double dash of 56 is 168 minus 6 into 56. That became, anyhow, this is a negative number. You calculate or doesn't calculate, doesn't matter. It is a negative number. So my conclusion, therefore, f of x is maximum, f of x is maximum when x is 56. So my conclusion is, when you divide one part as 56 and other part, so f of x is, that means one part is 56 and other part is 84 minus 56, which is 28. So we must divide 84 as 28 and 56 so that one part, product of one part and the square of the other is maximum. Let's have a look at this problem. An open box is made out of a piece of cardboard. So let's imagine this is a cardboard of side 18 centimeter. So this cardboard has sides 18 centimeter. So it's a square cardboard of side 18 centimeter. Then cut off equal square from the corners. So what it's done is, from the corner, squares are cut from the corners. So I'm going to cut the square from the corner. So I'll do it in one step. So I am cutting the square. So once the square is cut off, you will get like this cardboard. The cardboard becomes like this. Then it is folded like this, upward. Folded upward like this. So we get a box. Now we do not know what is the length of the side cut. We need to cut it such a way that the volume of this box should be maximum. So the things that you should understand is, first, initially I had a square of 18 centimeters. So I am tracing the square. So I'll complete it off into. So we can say it is like this. Initially, from ear till ear, there are 18 centimeters. Now the side cut, we do not know. We have made the box in this manner. This is the base of the box. So when you fold it upward, the base of the box will be a square after cutting and folding it up. So what you have to notice here is, when I make it into a box, what will be the speciality of this box? What will be the dimension of this box? So initially it was 18. Let's imagine we have cut a square of length x. So naturally from the point from ear till ear, it will be 18 minus 2x. So 18 minus 2x will be its breadth. Same way, 18 minus 2x will be its length. And what will be the height? If you notice, if this is the length of the side of the square cut, when you fold it, this part becomes the height of the box. So height of the box will be x. So this is what we have to understand. First of all, the side of the square was of 18 centimeter. So the whole length from ear till ear is 18 centimeter. I cut x, a side of square, x is cut. So length of the side of the square was like this. That much is cut. So the length became 18 minus x, so it became 18 minus 2x. So same way, length and breadth both became 18 minus 2x and height became x. When you fold this up, this becomes the height of the box. So directly I can say, let length of the side of the square cut equal to x centimeters. Then the volume, what do you have to maximize? We have to maximize the volume. So f of x became volume. Whatever the quantity we maximized, that will be your function. So length into breadth into height. So 18 minus 2x is the length. Breadth is also 18 minus 2x. Height is x. If I take a 2 common, I can write 2 into 2, 4. So it becomes 4 times 9 minus x the whole square into x. So that is my function. 2 I taken common from here, 2 I took in common here, so I became 4. Now I will find the derivative, f dash of x. F dash of x is 4 into, I am going to this time use product rule. Product rule will be easier for you. So 9 minus x the whole square into derivative of x, plus x into derivative of 9 minus x the whole square. So that became 4 into 9 minus x the whole square into derivative of x is 1 plus x into 2 times 9 minus x into derivative of minus x. Derivative of 9 minus x whole square is 2 into 9 minus x into derivative of 9 minus x, that become minus. So what is the benefit of doing this way is, I can take 9 minus x common. So 4 into 9 minus x became common. Now see inside the bracket, there will be a 9 minus x here. There will be a minus 2x here. So your factors you will get directly. You don't have to factorize it. So you will get 9 minus 3x. That will be your f dash of x. So if you take a 3 common, 12 into 9 minus x into 3 minus x. So f dash of x will be 0 if x equal to either 9 or x equal to 3. X equal to 9 or x equal to 3. Now if x become 9, the length of the side of the square becomes 0, so you can delete this. So now we'll take only x equal to 3 and show that the second derivative at x equal to 3 is going to be positive or negative, we'll check. So for that, I'm going to take the second derivative. So let me take second derivative. So f double dash of x is d by dx of, so first derivative I had simplified to this, 12 into 9 minus x into 3 minus x. Here also if I use product rule, you can see little easiness. 9 minus x into minus 1 plus 3 minus x into minus 1. So you can see a minus is common. Anyhow, I am putting x as 3 now. F double dash of 3 is 12 into 9 minus 3, 6 into minus 1, and this part becomes 0. So product rule when you apply, you will always find one part to be 0. That will be faster. So it became negative. So second derivative is negative. So what's your conclusion? F of x is maximum when x is equal to 3. So my final conclusion, I can say the volume of the box is maximum when the length of the side of the square cut is 3 centimeter. Therefore, f of x is the volume. See, I'm just substituting. F of x is the volume is maximum when x stands for length of the side of the length of the square cut. So x is the length when length of square cut is 3 centimeters. So that is my final answer for this particular problem. And we are asked to find the maximum volume. So, okay, I have to find the maximum volume. So what will be my maximum volume? So maximum volume is f of 3. And what was our f of 3? F of x was actually 4 into 9 minus x the whole square into x. So I'll replace x by 3. So 4 into 9 minus 4 into 9 minus 3 the whole square into 3. That is 4 into 6 square into 3. That will give you, so 12 into 36, that is 144 into 3. So 432 centimeter cube would be the volume of this box. Now the question here is, the largest size of a rectangle that can be inscribed in a semicircle of radius 1 unit. So that the two vertices lie on the diameter. So two vertex A, B lie on the diameter. Let's say the origin of the center of the circle is O. Naturally, the length OC will be 1 unit. This much we know. So we want to maximize the area of the rectangle. Largest size means naturally the area of the rectangle. So one of the variable which I am going to take is x as the side of the rectangle. And let me take y as this edge. So that means length OB is taken as y. Actually, I can apply Pythagoras theorem because it's a rectangle. So I can say, let the side, one side, that is let ABC be the rectangle. ABCD be the rectangle. I am taking length BC as x. Length OB, O is the center of the circle. So I have defined the diagram. ABCD is the rectangle, O is the center of the circle. So length OC is 1 unit because it is the radius of the circle. Length OB I am taking as y. Hence, by Pythagoras theorem, x square plus y square will be 1. So y will be root of 1 minus x square. So length AB will be twice root of 1 minus x square. This is root of 1 minus x square, this is root of 1 minus x square. So now I have got the length and the breadth. So breadth is x and length is 2 root 1 minus x square. So length of the rectangle 2 root 1 minus x square. Breadth of the rectangle is x. So I have defined the variables involved in it. In fact, I defined the length and breadth using one variable x. So now I can directly go for the area. So f of x is area of rectangle. So that will become 2 root 1 minus x square into x. Length into breadth is area. Length into breadth is the area. Length is 2 root 1 minus x square, breadth is x. Now I need to maximize this. So let me rewrite this f of x as 2x root 1 minus x square. Now I have to find out what value of x will make this rectangle, this f of x maximum. So I'll find f dash of x equal to 0 and get the answer. So f dash of x I will be taking as 2 is common. X into derivative of root 1 minus x square, I'm writing directly, minus 2x upon 2 root 1 minus x square plus root of 1 minus x square into derivative of x. So this will get cancelled. So 2 into minus x square, take the LCM, plus 1 minus x square upon root of 1 minus x square. So I can write this as 1 minus 2x square. So let me write it over here now. So f dash of x now became 2 times 1 minus 2x square divided by root of 1 minus x square. So I am equating f dash x to 0. So equate f dash x to 0. So naturally the numerator is equated to 0. So 1 minus 2x square is 0. So x square is 1 by 2. So x became 1 by root 2. There's plus or minus, but we don't have to take minus because length of the side cannot be negative. Now what I have to do, I have to find the second derivative. This is the first derivative, so I'll calculate the second derivative. So the second derivative f double dash of x will be 2 is common, denominator into derivative of the numerator minus numerator into derivative of the denominator. I'm just writing this way only, upon square of the denominator. Now I don't have to calculate further. If you notice, I have got this x value by equating to this 1 minus 2x square is 0. So naturally if I replace x as 1 by root 2 here, this part will turn to 0, hence this whole thing will turn to 0. So this part is going to turn to 0. So we need to only calculate this. So f double dash of 1 by root 2 will be 2 into root of 1 minus 1 by 2 into minus 4 into 1 by 2 divided by 1 minus 1 by 2 the square. Square root and square went away. Now you can see here, this is a negative number, so this is less than 0. I don't have to calculate further because I need to only know whether the second derivative is giving negative or not. Because of this minus sign, this is positive, this all are positive, and because of the minus sign, I'll get the negative as answer. So my conclusion is, the area is maximum. So f of x stands for area. So area is maximum when x is equal to 1 by root 2. So what was our question? We want to find the largest size of the rectangle. So we have to find out what is the area of the rectangle. So area of the rectangle will be this 1 by root 2. So area is length into breadth, so f of 1 by root 2. Now what was our f of x? 2 root 1 minus x square into x was our area. So I'm going to replace that here. F of 1 by root 2 is 2 into 1 minus half into 1 by root 2. So that became half, this became half, again root, so 1 by 2, so 1 square unit. What was the size? 1 unit. So area of the rectangle also will be 1 square unit.